I timed
Hey,
it out
happy Friday,
like
everyone.
a ninja. Another week has gone into the vortex. The vortex of the quarantines.
The quarantines.
The quarantines.
Is that a hashtag? It should be.
I just made it up.
Quarantines.
Quarantines.
Hey, Verity.
What up, girl?
How's everyone doing this Thanksgiving week, this Thanksgiving holiday?
How long have we been in the quarantines?
We've been in the quarantines since March.
How long is that?
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months.
8 months in
Over
the
8
quarantine.
months.
Over 8 months in
The quarantines.
the quarantines. Here we are. I know, it does feel like last Fan Friday was yesterday. It feels like Fan Friday ends, then we go to sleep and we say, oh look, it's Fan Friday.
Every week we're like, oh, it's Fan Friday. Hey, Alan, what's up? What's up, Florent?
Our girl Butternut Gouache is here.
We got friends all over the world. Where are you?
Where are you at? Where 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 you at?
Type it
Where
in the comments.
Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you?
Oh, that was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We're here for Fan Friday, so y'all know the deal.
Okay, we got
Every
a Fan
week
Friday
we
song.
got a song to sing.
Fan Friday song. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, 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 Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, 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 Friday.
It's Friday,
Friday.
Ooh, ah. I liked that one. That was a good Fan Friday today. Woo! We got Paris here. Yes, we have Seattle, New Jersey,
I like that everybody writes out.
Massachusetts, Hong Kong.
Everybody writes out singing it.
I love when people write out Friday. Because y'all are singing it with us.
Except we got one Friday.
We got South Texas. Friday. Nathan.
What's
Hi,
up?
friends.
Well, how are all of your Thanksgivings?
Yeah.
What did you eat? We ate pie.
Lots of pie.
We ate a lot of plant-based stuffing.
Yeah.
We ordered a lot of food. We had a lot of pie. And here's my mom.
Jetty.
This is my mom. And with the
you.
help of my mom, we tried to make a healthy vegan flan. We did not succeed, but it is the first step towards moving towards the successful flan, which is coming up soon.
Yeah. We'll try something different to see if we can make a healthy, yummy flan. Titas of Disneyland, thank you for sharing all of those videos recently from the Broadway Princess Party concert. That was so fun.
Which one?
The one that I did in the Bay Area. They reposted them.
Were you saying Speechless? Were you wearing
Speechless?
the green?
I sang Speechless. Jelani's here. Jelani, you were so good on the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
You were so good. And never, Jelani, that is as good as you are. It's all right.
You sang your face off.
You
sounded incredible.
You've never
see if he wants to say
been better.
How do I do it?
Never been better. Jelani Remy, the star of stars of the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
The star of all stars. Number 1 star.
Jelani, you sounded so good.
The Thanksgiving Day Parade. Jelani was the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
What was the song you did? The way that you do is alright.
This is my dance.
Was that the song?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it sounds right. We got the Philippines here. Hello. Hello to the Philippines.
We have Philippines.
The Hamilton performance was also
Hamilton was great.
Increíble. So
French Paris and Monaco.
Susan got to FaceTime with my mom. Good.
Beautiful.
Did y'all see family or did you FaceTime with family? And
did you
tell me
family or FaceTime?
What was your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Cada tiempo. FaceTime?
Yeah. FaceTime, cada tiempo.
Cada tiempo.
What did you eat? What did you do? How was your Thanksgiving? We played Jenga with our friends.
Yes.
Played Jenga.
Played Jenga. We also did something else this week.
Played Yikers.
We spent a lot of this week working on a commencement address.
Keynote speech.
Sent a commencement keynote speech. That was for. Hang on, scoot this over a little bit. Scoot this over a little bit so I can tilt. So we can tilt, and then you can come in. See that? Look at this action. Look at this tilt action. We did a keynote commencement address situation for how many kids?
8,000.
8,000 of the young artists that were, and it was about advice about a life in the arts and embarking upon a life in the arts, and it was awesome. And we spent an entire week
writing
it, filming it,
editing it.
Yeah, and we're really proud of
Damien Sneed! We were just talking about you yesterday. Damien is the most incredible music director on the planet.
We love you, Damien. Damien Sneed.
Damien, we were just talking about our
Number one conductor on earth.
Singing with the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra.
Yes, we went on tour singing under the baton of the great and powerful Sir Damien Sneed, our brother, and he is the greatest conductor on earth.
Tell them why.
Why is Damien Sneed the best conductor?
Well, tell them what you said last night.
I got it. Damien Sneed is the best conductor on earth because Damien Sneed, like, I am not a fan of a conductor that's a metronome. When a conductor's like...
Boring.
I'm like, give me a red light. Just give me a red light. Give me a little red beeping light that shows me the tempo. Why do I have to look up at you if you're just a... You know what I mean? It'd be... Just put a red beeping light and put it on everybody's stand so that I have a red light next to the...
Metronome.
Next to my music.
Mm-hmm.
This is better, right? The only thing that a conductor can do is to do two things. To live mix the levels of the entire ensemble.
Yeah.
And to play the orchestra like if it is an instrument. To play the orchestra like an instrument. And to bring emotion out of it and storytelling into it. And Damien is a storytelling conductor. He's a jazz conductor. So it was so alive and so different every single night. You really had to be present. And he was really telling stories using this big group, and it was just awesome.
And it's fun because you never knew how the songs were going to go night to night. We had to run tour for 3 weeks in different cities.
Yes.
And every single concert that we did, we never knew how it was going to be conducted because Damien will change the tempos and change the dynamics and change who's taking what solos on the spot. So that was it was so surprising and fun to not know how it was going to go.
Yes, Damien Sneed, greatest conductor on the planet. Here, DeWitt Cooper on Facebook. We love you.
Hi, DeWitt. Happy Thanksgiving.
Voice of the gods. I still have that video of you saying, God bless the child who's got his own, I have that. Such a good video. Papa may have. Yes. Mm-hmm. What a great thing. What a great thing.
Yeah, so during this keynote speech that we did.
Ow.
Sorry. During this keynote speech,
we talked.
Well, the thing that you said about the flan reminded me of that too.
What about?
The 1 in 100.
Wait, let's not start there because that's going to be a crazy jankety segue.
Okay.
That's going to be super jank. The thing about flan is, let's not do it.
Okay.
Wait, let's just go right into the thing.
It's you. Where do you want to start?
Right, but so we wrote this thing that was advice for young artists, and we always have so many young artists watching. We always have so many young artists asking for advice, and so we thought, you know what? Let's just share some of that the information that we had in that keynote, and share some of that information so that y'all can have some of that information too. So what we split it up into 3 rules.
4
4 rules. And we had, tell them about the 4 rules.
Okay, so the first rule...
Well, why do we do 4 rules?
Well, we actually have so many rules, but we only had time for 4 rules. We wrote a speech that had 10 rules, and then we had to cut it down because I was only supposed to speak
why
for
4 rules? Why 4 rules?
Why these particular 4?
Yeah. Why do we give like rules instead of like general inspiration advice?
There's a piano here, for those of you who don't know. That's where that music came from. We gave rules instead of general advice because I think when people are going into the industry, rules to live by is like guideposts.
Yeah.
For yourself, and just because it gives you something to hold on to. Kind of like that book, The 4 Agreements. Just like life can be crazy, a life in the arts can be crazy, but having knowledge of what your guideposts are can keep you going in the right direction and not give too much weight to things that don't matter.
Yes, we tried to give different like attributes that would help no matter what the situations were that we're in, and the big things that we thought would help people. And so what was rule number 1? Let's get into it. Let's share some of the stuff.
Okay, wait. I'm putting them in the wrong order in my head. Does it matter which one I pick first?
We put them in the order.
Okay. Hold on.
Look at this. All of that setup, and she doesn't know the order. All of that setup.
Because I was going to go in a different order. I don't know why they... Okay.
Look at this. All of that setup, we're like, it's so important to know these. Harry doesn't know them.
I do too.
At least your computer's really fast.
No, my computer's super slow.
Why did you pull it up?
No, it's in here. Okay, I'll pull it up in here. I know where it is in here.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're gonna wait. This feels like
y'all.
This feels like things that should have happened ahead of time.
Okay, we're ready. We're here. Present.
So here we go.
I got it.
Hang on.
Got it,
Can you
right
make
here.
it smaller?
Yeah.
See, that's gonna be helpful.
But why?
Okay, don't worry about it.
It's right
Don't
here.
worry about it. Just bring up the rules.
Number 1. The present moment is the only moment where you can play.
Yes. Talk about that.
So...
Rule number 1. The
rule,
present moment is the only moment you can play. Anchor yourself in the present. Why?
So when you're on a show, or when you're in your life, or wherever.
In life.
In life.
Show or life.
Show or life. I got the best advice from somebody when I was in Wicked.
Who was it?
Fred. He played the wizard.
Applegate.
Yeah.
Great actor.
And Fred Applegate told me at the time, because he's like, you're a worrier. You worry about things.
Oh, a worrier, not a warrior.
No, like a worrier?
Yeah.
I worry about things?
Is she right?
He was right. He was definitely right.
You still a warrior?
Less so, because of what he said.
Mm.
And he said, stop borrowing trouble from the future because that you feel like it gives you something you can control.
Yes, that's what that's about. It's always about control.
Yeah. So he made me realize that I wasn't living in the present and that I was borrowing trouble.
Yes.
Because I would say, well, what if this happened? But what if this happens?
Yes.
But what if this person is thinking this?
Yes.
And I was like making up these fake realities. And that's why he said I was borrowing trouble, like future trouble that could happen.
How often do you think that people are cynical and decide that all of life moving forward is going to be negative and that they have reason to be stressed about everything because what they're actually looking for in their life is a sense of certainty and a lack of unpredictability? And if they decide everything is going to be negative and if they are cynical, it actually gives them a feeling of certainty and control, which comforts them.
Yes, a lot of people can't go with the flow.
So they find comfort in deciding that reality is negative, is cynical, and they become very cynical because obviously it's very hard to predict positive outcomes, but if you act cynically, it's very easy to force negative outcomes.
And then say, I was right. See,
and
I
then
was
say,
right.
see, I was right. What does that give them? A feeling of certainty. Then they feel like, oh, yeah, well, at least I know how the world is. And then that gives them a sense of certainty because to be an optimist, you need to be comfortable with uncertainty.
Good book by Pema Chodron.
What?
One of my favorite Buddhist monk teachers.
What's it called?
comfortable with uncertainty.
Comfortable with uncertainty. They didn't even know it was a book. I thought
Yes.
I thought she was saying great book, and I thought, yes, I just wrote a book. She said, by this great Buddhist teacher. I said,
yes, Buddha.
This almost just went badly. I almost just showed you the ring and flipped everybody off.
Oh,
and I was like, no, that's why I went, this is going to give the opposite effect. I'm trying to give you the opposite effect of flipping everybody off, showing them the Buddha. Yes, but so we talked about this thing. Be present. Be in the present moment. Rule number 1, in your acting career, in your arts career, in life.
Be present. The
present is the only moment you can play. So try to anchor yourself in the present. If you spend too much time worrying about on the macro, what's happened in your career so far, you're going to get drawn out of the present moment. You're not going to be able to do well. You're not going to be able to do well at your auditions. If you spend too much time focusing on the future, but what's going to happen? What's the role I'm going to get? Am I going to get the audition? You're not going to be in the present enough to actually do well enough in that audition to potentially even have a chance of getting it, even if you're good, even if you're the right, not good enough, because most people are good enough. Yeah. It's even if you're the right fit for the role.
Yeah.
If you're not present, you won't show up as the most powerful version of yourself.
I think I've talked about this in Fan Friday before.
What?
But one of my very first auditions I ever went in my life, I didn't get the part because I wasn't present in the room.
Can you turn the... Is this already sideways? Can you just give it a corner? Give it a corner. This chair is too huge. We're going to get a new chair for next Fan Friday.
Is that better?
No, it's worse. I meant scoot that corner away, not this corner in. Yes, watch. And then this.
Okay.
And then you sit at an angle, and then I sit at an angle. See, now we're bladed. We're both open. Mm-hmm. We're both open to the audience.
Okay.
Bladed. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. My first audition was for Annie.
How old are you?
It wasn't going in for Annie. It was for the show Annie. I was like 8 or 9. I was real little. And
bombed it.
Well, I was doing really, really well. And I got a call back and they wanted me to read for, I think it was Tess. What's that character the name says like, oh my goodness.
That character?
One of the little girls in Annie. And they gave everybody the audition sides and then they had us all stand in a line and we were all reading the same scene but assigned different parts. So I had my paper and I only had 3 lines and they were pretty much all, oh my goodness. Well, I was watching the paper and I was waiting for my line and I missed it because what was I thinking about?
How you were going to say your line.
No, I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be in the show. This opening night is going to be so fun. I can't wait to be on stage. I was daydreaming about opening night in the callback room.
How was that opening night?
Never happened. I did not book the part.
No.
Because I was not present enough to know, to be listening to the lines to know when to come in.
Yes. So you must be present. Anchor yourself in the present moment. It's the only moment where you can play. In terms of your acting work, the best thing you could do, don't try and worry about how the last scene went. Don't worry about how the upcoming moment's going to go. Anchor yourself in the present moment. Be present isn't actionable because who knows what that means. But anchor yourself in the present sounds more in your control, right? So work to anchor yourself in the present moment. Not be present. I am the essence of presence. Who knows what that means?
No.
Pretentious, right?
But there are certain things you can do with your senses.
Yes, but... Right. Right? But this will make this such a long speech. So, anchor yourself in the present moment. It's the only space you can actually... If it's a solo, if it's jazz, right now is the only time you can play. Okay? So, no future, past, present. Okay.
Rule number 2.
Rule number 2.
Believe in the absolute inevitability of your destiny.
Yes. The absolute inevitability. Inevitability.
That's a hard word.
Inevitability.
Inevitability. Okay.
Inevitability.
Here's the thing. People are going to doubt you.
Yes.
Throughout your career in the arts. People are going to tell you that you're foolish.
Your parents.
For wanting to be in this business.
Casting directors, friends.
It has happened to me.
Directors, composers, music directors.
Everyone has opinions, and other people's opinions don't matter.
Well, let's can I perhaps do a reframe? Mm-hmm. It's not true that other people's opinions don't matter. They matter to them.
Not
they
to
matter.
You.
they maybe, let's not defend that exact sentence. Your opinions don't matter. Maybe let's work with what we have here. Read this.
Other people's opinions do not determine my destiny.
Or yours. That feels accurate to say, right? Not that their opinions don't matter. Their
Other
opinions
people's
matter.
opinions
But they don't
don't matter to the person.
They other people's opinions don't determine your destiny is the point, right? You're going to face a lot of people that are naysayers. You're going to face a lot of people that are huge fans, a lot of people that are not huge fans. But it's important to know that other people's opinions, whether positive or negative, do not actively shape your destiny, and they don't actively shape your future. So it's important to remember that other people's opinions are just their opinions. It's not that their opinions don't matter. Their opinions are whatever they are. Everybody has a right to their opinions. Yeah. But what's important is that their opinions don't shape your destiny. And when people mistake other people's opinions as being objective reality, like gravity, right? This person is doubting me. No, that means I'm not good enough. Then that doesn't work. So other people's opinions do not shape your destiny. You have to believe that your dreams of your future aren't dreams, that they're prophecies, and that they're going to happen.
Yes. That's the only way that you can succeed in this business.
Why?
Because if you let yourself get down from rejection or people's doubts or other people making you afraid, then you're not going to put in the work or the time to that it takes to get to where you want to be or to achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah. And if you believe that your dreams are dreams, then the more auditions you don't get, the more that you're like, these are dreams.
Exactly.
It's just a dream, but if you believe it's a prophecy.
If you believe it's a prophecy, then you're like, well, I'm getting closer.
I'm getting closer.
Can I say my 1 in 100 now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about before with the flan. Hi, Maddie! Okay, so I was saying that every time that you don't get a role in an audition room, it's okay.
Yes.
Because
why?
I learned very early on in my career.
What'd you learn? I
learned that actors statistically book an average of 1 out of every 100 auditions you go on.
Let's go back in time. What'd you hear?
Actors statistically book 1 out of every 100 auditions that they go on.
Wait, what's that statistic again?
Actors book an average of 1 out of every 100 auditions that they go on.
100.
100. Yeah, so this is like the flan because we messed up our flan.
First flan out of 100. First flan.
We made a horrible flan for Thanksgiving. Who cares?
Why does it affect you to know? So for you feel that this thing about the 1 out of 100 is directly correlated to the thing about absolute certainty of your destiny, right?
Definitely.
Talk about it.
Definitely. Because knowing that me and most people book 1 out of every 100 auditions that I go on, that means that whenever I don't book a job, it's not a proof. It's not proof that these are dreams and I should give up.
Yes.
It's actually getting me closer to the 100th audition that's going to probably be the one that I book, and then that's the role that I'm meant to play.
Yes. We're going to do the world's tiniest physical example without moving. Okay. So if somebody feels like the purpose of an audition is to book that one role, then if they don't get it, they get very disheartened, right? But if somebody feels like the purpose of going on the auditions is to move them closer, right? Then that's like this, ready? Her job is to get over to me, ready? Let's say you just did an audition, show up to the audition. Oh, she didn't get it. Oh, she didn't get it. She didn't get it. Right? Because moving closer, so that way you can go on 99 auditions and just get more and more and more energized without any loss of enthusiasm, right?
Yeah.
Because if not, a lot of folks, they think, man, my job was to get the job. They go on 30 auditions, they don't get it, and then they feel like, golly, I've done 30, I haven't gotten it. I've done 50, I haven't gotten it. And that is proof that I am not good enough to do this.
But it's not proof.
It's just that you're only halfway there. You've only gotten down 50 out of your 100. So that's the game change. Okay, what is our third rule that you wrote?
Wait, somebody has said, how many Broadway shows have you auditioned for?
No, they said, can you name some of the Broadway shows you auditioned?
So many.
All of them.
Every single one.
all the shows.
I auditioned for every Broadway show.
All the shows.
Okay. The company you keep is the destiny that you choose.
Oh!
Because we have
Say it again.
The company you keep is the destiny you choose.
The company you keep is the destiny you choose.
Yeah. So, you know how they say that you're like an average of the 5 people you hang out with?
Yes.
Maybe you have not heard that, but that's a saying.
Yes.
That you are an average of the 5 people you hang out with because...
Yes. Mirror neurons.
Mirror neurons.
Neurons.
It's a hard word to say.
Neurons.
Mirror neurons.
You know what it sounds like? Marvin the Man.
Mirror neurons.
It sounds like Marvin the Manhunter. Like the Martian... Marvin the Martian.
Don't know.
I've come to conquer your world using mirror neurons.
What's that? What is that?
He's a tune.
A cartoon?
It's a cartoon. It was Bugs Bunny. We're going to mirror neurons. It just sounds like mirror neurons are the things in your brain that are the reason that that theater works. It's why storytelling works, right?
Yeah.
It's why if you ever see somebody stub their toe in America's funniest home videos, you go as if it happens to you. Why? Because your brain mimics what the other person is feeling in front of you, so that you can empathize more with them. This is why people have accents. This is why in the audience 1,000, 2,000 people with different life stories, different backgrounds, different ages, right, are able to sit in the same theater and they go on the same experience because of mirror neurons. So that's cool in relation to theater, but it's also important.
Oh, dance movement. Oh, cool.
These mirror neurons. That makes perfect sense. And it's also why the company you keep is so important.
Yes.
Tell them.
Yeah, because if you are around people who are like cynical and jaded and complain all the time.
Maybe just one. If you're around them one time, then all it does is that it'll make
it frustrates you.
Or you'll recognize how they feel, or you'll get more catty around them, or it'll make you feel like inside, and then you won't want to hang out with them. But
if you hang out with them more frequently,
again,
you start to become like that.
You start to become like that because it's like a tribe. It's like an accent, which is why sometimes some families are really snappy with one another, and I wonder why it is. They have mirror neurons around each other that are built in so that their brains mimic one another. Has anybody here grown up in a place where you used to have an accent? You move away, you lose the accent, but when you go home, you pick the accent back up?
Or you go travel in a different country and you start to kind of take on the accent of everyone that's talking there, but you don't have this accent.
Yes, right?
It happens to me all the time.
But that's mirror neurons. Right? So the same thing happens, just like an accent. You start having the brain formation of the people in front of you. So if they're negative, if they are cynical, if they are jaded, if they are this, that, the other, right? You literally... And this isn't just law of attraction. This is really literal. Your brain starts to mimic the brains of the people in front of you.
I like what Maddie said. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and your tribe attracts your vibe.
Which I love. I love that, and it's true. But just for anybody that's like, oh, that sounds like a nice saying, but is that really true? Yes, it is.
It's science.
The actual thing about that is actually mirror neurons. That's a science thing, right? But because so much of the business is reputation, it's like, do I want to hang out with this person on a film set for 7 months? Do I want to be backstage and on stage on Broadway with this person for a year, 2 years? And if you're hanging out with negative people, cynical people, snarky people, snappy people, you're bringing that vibe into the audition room, into backstage. Your reputation will start to be, yeah, they're really talented, but you don't want to be around that. But on the other hand,
if your vibe is super positive and joyful and warm and enthusiastic, then that is contagious too. So the people around you and the people who work.
And why is it contagious?
Because of mirror neurons.
Because of mirror neurons.
Yeah.
Right? But so what does that mean? If you're looking to say, wow, for my business, for my life, I want to be around people. I want to walk into a room and make people feel brave, right? What kind of people should you hang out with?
People who seem brave?
Yeah. If you want to be around people that if you want to feel like you breathe a lot of abundance into a room, what kind of people should you hang out with?
People who feel abundant, like abundance in the world, and aren't afraid of lack.
If you want to not feel cynical, you shouldn't hang out with what kind of folks?
Cynical people.
If you want to not feel cynical, you should hang out with what kinds of folks?
Non-cynical people? What
Yeah.
are they called?
Optimists.
Optimists. I couldn't think of the word.
Boom. That's rule number 3. The company you keep is the destiny you choose.
Yeah.
Choose wisely, my lords.
Last rule
Last rule.
of 4.
Yes.
Between jobs and between auditions.
Yes, a lot of folks think that that their job is to do more acting classes, more showcases, get better at their acting. Between acting jobs, we don't know that we agree with this.
No. So a lot of people think that they need to focus on one thing in order to be taken seriously and in order to achieve their goal. But as artists, we are creative people, and there are usually lots of things that you're interested in, and it's so important as artists for us to spend our time and focus doing things that feel like they expand our vision of who we are, things that light us up. So that could be anything. I mean, that could be learning how to make pottery. It could be writing. It could be cooking. It could be taking care of plants and animals, like anything.
And why?
Because the more that you expand your vision of who you are, the more you have to draw from when you go into your acting roles and for your characters. So you have to be
The more you expand your vision of who you are, the bigger your paint palette gets.
Your paint palette for all your
to draw
colors.
from, because you're drawing from your life experiences and your imagination. Guess what? If you've been in acting classes your whole life, you need to stop being only in acting classes. Do you think that if somebody was supposed to be having a huge imagination, they can imagine anything for their job, like an actor, you'd say, the only thing you should do is only hang out with gardeners and only practice gardening and go to gardening classes and only hang out in gardens 24/7. You're going to be really, really good at playing gardeners.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need to play something really, really different from a gardener, you're not even going to be able to imagine it because it's going to feel so different from your actual experience of life. The same thing is true with acting. If you want to be a performing artist, you can only hang out with performing artists, and you can't only be in performing arts classes, because what's going to wind up happening is you're going to try and be recreating something similar to something that you've never experienced, right?
Right.
So you need to go in. And the other thing, talk to them about the cup.
Right. So when you are going into an audition room, a lot of people don't do this thing that we've talked about. A lot of people will not go and study all the things that they love, feel fulfilled creatively, and they are only working on their acting and the next job and how do I get the next job. And so then you go into an audition room and you're like desperate for that job. And you want them to give you the opportunity to express your creativity, and it comes off.
Yeah, the people are coming in with their cup empty. They're dying to perform so that they can have their cup refilled. Yeah. And then they're going to try and parse out that little bit of life to quench their thirst until they're in the next show. When they come in, please fill my cup up, right? But the thing is, being in the arts, being on stage, is not where you go to be served, it's where you go to serve. It's like Tom Hardy says, like, you don't go on stage to eat, you go on stage to be eaten, right? You go to provide, you go to make an offering of yourself, right? Not to receive. And when you go on stage, if you are only focused on the arts all the time, if you're only focused on that, you're not going to be going in with your cup totally full. But if you're chasing down everything you love, then you're walking in with your cup full of life. Yes. And when you go into your auditions, then people think, wow, this person has so much to share. Their cup is overflowing.
Yeah, we talked about this with Natalie that one day.
Yes.
When she's, Natalie is JJ's sister. She was one of the casting, people for On Your Feet on Broadway. And she's...
Well, for West End.
Well, West End.
She was a dance captain on Broadway, and then she said it on the West End, so she was involved in the casting.
Yes. And so sitting behind a table, and you've sat behind a table at lots of auditions too.
Yeah.
But you can feel when somebody comes into the room, whether or not they're there with being generous with their art.
Yes.
And wanting to just play and
yes.
give what they have. Or
yes.
you can feel the opposite too. You can feel when they walk into the room and they feel desperate and they feel like they need it, they want it, they need fulfillment.
And you can feel when people come in, fantastic, not thirsty, but not there to make an offering either. When people go in, they're like to be worshipped a little bit.
Oh.
You can feel that too, which is an interesting in-between place. When it's not that they're thirsty, but when people go in and they're like, you're welcome.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome. I've never called back somebody like that for any of our productions. I'm like, because people are going to watch you in the audience and think, wow, yeah, they're very talented. But they're going to feel totally cold.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like it's for the audience, for the fans, for the people who are there to transform.
That's so true.
Right? There are people that come in and that they're like, serve me, serve me, serve me, serve me, serve me. And those people, you never get it. There are people that come to be a golden idol and that they're like, I am here. You're welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah. And and even in that movie, right? At that point, he's a loser.
Yeah.
He's a loser. He's like, worship me, worship me, worship me. He's a loser. But at the end, he's always like, I'm a hero, worship me. And he's not really a hero. He's a loser. But at the end, when he finally becomes of service, right? Then he actually becomes the hero he always wanted to be. When he shows up ready to be eaten rather than to be praised, right? Mm-hmm. Like at the beginning, he's saying, what can I say except you're welcome? But nobody said thank you, right? Right? And then at the end, he says you're welcome sincerely because he went to do service without asking for thanks. And that's when he's able to actually do the thing. That's a good example, the Maui example. But super important to make sure that you're chasing down everything you love so that you're becoming more and more and more you. And that way, you come in with your cup full. You come into the audition room with your cup full. And you feel like you can give. By the way, all of these are things that will make you a stronger artist and a stronger actor. They're also good rules in life.
What are your things that keep your cup full? Write them in the comments.
They're also things that are good rules for life. Like in all of your romantic relationships. With my relationship with Ari, if I come in here and I'm like, you're welcome, worship me. Kill the relationship. If I come in here like, do you love me? Do you love me? I need you to love me. Will you love me? Do you love me? How do you feel right now?
Good. Step away, step away, step away.
You're like, get it. You're like, get it. You're like this. You're like, come here. Let me.
Bing, 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 bing.
Right? You show up ready to be of service. So that is the move. Is that all four of our rules?
Those are our 4 rules.
Let's go through all 4 of them.
Okay, here they are again. Number 1.
Number 1.
The present moment is the only moment where you can play. Anchor yourself in the present moment.
Yes, anchor yourself in the present. No day but today.
Number 2. Believe in the absolute inevitability of your destiny.
To reach the impossible star. I'm going to relate all these to musical theater songs.
Number 3. The company you keep is the destiny you choose.
Did you really think that I would ever let you go? Did you think I'd ever set you free? And I'm sad to say it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me. All that you are is a face in the mirror. Okay.
Lastly, fill your cup to overflowing. Between roles, your job is to expand your vision of who you are. What?
I don't have a song.
You don't have a song for that?
What do we have?
Be who you want to be.
No. What do we have?
This is me, hey, hey. This is me. No.
We don't have a song for it. I'm going to come up with one. Ari, you talk. I'm going to think of a song.
Okay, so some of the things that I like to do to expand my vision of who I am, you can put them in the comments too if you have any. I like to write and I like to take care of my plants. I have a lot of plants in this apartment. I like to snuggle my dog and take care of my dog and teach him tricks. Right now I'm teaching Quinn how to jump through a hoop. A small, tiny hula hoop. And eventually he's going to jump through my arms.
He can already jump through my arms.
He does, but that's only because I have a treat on the other side.
Yeah, that's the move. Okay, we have some questions. Let's see if we had any questions from this. We have many questions. Let's see.
See.
Okay, let's see. We have Happy Thanksgivings.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We have questions that we don't know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
We got this question. How do you know when it's time to leave a show?
Oh, good question. Nilesh. Yeah, so I have a friend who I did High School Musical with back in the day. She left our tour and didn't have a job lined up, and then she auditioned, got into one Broadway show. Then really soon after that, a few months, she left that Broadway show, didn't have a job lined up, kept auditioning, booked another Broadway show. She worked all the time. But every time she left a Broadway show, she didn't have a job lined up.
What was it?
I don't know if I should say.
Okay.
She ended up starring in a movie. She's actually done very, very well.
Oh, I know who it is.
But every time she left a show, I was so nervous for her because I'm like, how are you leaving a Broadway contract? You don't have a
Fred
show.
Applegate says you're warrior.
I was borrowing trouble from the future. So, and I asked her, and she kind of just said, that whenever you feel like the show's not exciting to go to work every day anymore, because that's when you should move on. Because you don't know what lies in the future, but you do know whether or not what you're doing in the present is fulfilling you, and whether you're bringing good energy to the production or not. And you don't want to infect the cast with jadedness or like tired, I don't want to be here anymore energy. So yeah, so you just kind of check in with yourself and you tune in with yourself and you ask yourself if this is really still making me happy, or if you're only there because you're too scared to take the leap, then that's a time to trust that there is something out there waiting for you, but you have to make the space for it to come to you.
I also think that there's an earlier time you can leave too. Not just when you feel like you don't know if you're fulfilled anymore. There's a way earlier time, which is my dream time to leave anything, which is when you feel like,
I did it. You're like, I did it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Weird, was this the thing about Forrest Gump we were talking about last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's much earlier in the process of a show, right? Way before you're like, I don't know if this is fulfilling me anymore.
Yeah, because then it's tarnished your memory of the show.
Yeah. I recommend
long.
leaving way early, right?
Yeah.
Once you feel like, I did it, then you're going to show up and you might want to stay after you feel like, I did it, like carry that for another month or 2 or 3, but like not 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a small amount of time where you feel like you can live in that space and bring that energy. But then after that, probably like leave and let somebody else who feels like they're striving in it. Where they're going to bring that energy of that newness and stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we have any other questions? If you
have questions on Facebook or YouTube, just type them in the comments for us.
Not too many. We love you too. Thank you very much. We love you too.
We love you too. Oh, it
Boom.
does. How funny is that?
Boom. What you looking at?
I don't know. Song?
What you doing?
Well, I like this. This one's in my head, even though we've done it before. And so is this one because this one is because I don't know why.
That one was because I sang a moment of it.
This one did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, I like this song.
In that key?
I don't know.
It's a guy key.
Oh. Now I can do it.
Okay, go. Do it.
Here we go. I don't know if this is the right key for me.
Gonna find out. You ever sang this?
Yeah, a long time ago. Here we go. This is kind of our talk tonight reminded me of this song. I hope there's lyrics. Oh, it didn't tell me when to start.
I don't know if it started yet.
Oh, it did.
Oh, this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to pay attention? Okay,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
can pay attention. Here we go. Song. Everything has its season. Everything has its time. Show me a reason, and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats sit on the windowsill. Children sit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly.
Whoa, whoa,
I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams. Every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning. Nightingales have their song. Don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Oh, where does this go?
Settle for something small,
But I will rest until I know I have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just to listen when I'm gone. Far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. The sky. The sky. What a cool song! I just love those lyrics, and what the conversation tonight was really reminding me of, like the keep your cup full.
It made me think about the whole time.
Yes, it totally made me think of these lyrics. So, thank you guys for staying with us for this Fan Friday. Thank you, Katie. Yes, thank you so much. Great album, great lyrics to that song. Yes, that song was Corner of the Sky from Pippin. Exactly. Yeah. So, this is an iPad Pro. Somebody said, what tablet is that? Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. DigiSketch said, Fan Friday is the highlight of each and every week. Thank you. Pippin is underrated. Yeah. So we're gonna sing our Fan Friday theme song. You all can sing along, and
you did great.
Thanks. Ready?
Oh. It's Friday, Friday, what day? Friday, 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 Friday,
It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, Friday. Let's have some fun now. Friday, it's Friday, 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 Friday. It's Friday, Friday. Oh yeah, Queen says, I'm ready for cuddles. Okay, ready to say goodbye to our friends, Papa.
Papa Queen, Papa Queen. His name is Papa Queen, Papa Queen, Papa Queen.
His name is Papa Queen. This is our Queen.
Thank you for my kisses, Queen.
Queen loves his kisses and he loves to kiss his daddy.
Yay! He always comes here and then he gives Daddy kisses. You're a kisses.
We have a lot to be thankful for this year, especially with everything that's been so hard on the world, with this pandemic and with Broadway and the arts being shut down. But we are grateful that we have each other, that we're all okay. Even though we're apart from our families this year, we did not go to see our families because we wanted to keep everybody safe. So we hope that you all are staying safe and connecting with loved ones however you can and having a great Thanksgiving.
Cannot be shut down. The arts are not an institution. The arts are people.
Oh, you guys, also, I just put a Black Friday sale for my voice lessons online.
Yes.
So if you want a voice lesson, please check my Instagram and my Facebook, and I just put
we don't talk about it all the time,
code.
but we do have a voice studio. I
teach lessons.
We both teach.
And JJ teaches as well. So, there is that. And also, you guys, our Fan Friday is nominated for an award on Broadway World.
Broadway World for Best Variety thing?
Best regularly scheduled live stream event. And I will be putting a link there. You can vote for our Fan Friday to win a Broadway World award.
Yeah, for during the quarantine period for the best. Somebody nominated it. We've been nominated for best live stream show that happens. So if y'all want to vote for us, if y'all love being with us every week, that would be cool.
Please vote for us on Broadway World and please share the link so other people can vote for us. That would be so awesome. So have a great Thanksgiving and a great holiday, and we'll see you next week.
We're thankful for all of you.
We're thankful for you. Bye.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.